All right, we are at 5735 North Ridge. I apologize for having to do a voiceover, but for some reason my iPhone did not record audio. So I'm walking out the front door here. We are looking south. As I point east, then I point west. I'm just giving you a general idea of what's out the front door. The owners did put in all new landscaping, so it's all grass. It used to be long prairie grass, but that was a little bit too thick. So they did redo that. The owner's unit is next door in the unit 5733. As you walk in the front door, it's an open coat closet. So you have a rack there, really tall ceilings, tram windows, which allow in a lot of light. As you're walking into the unit, you're facing north. So right now we're looking at the formal living room up front, the dining space in the back, and then the stairs that lead to the second level. These are all real wood, and a lot of this is highly detailed. There's a half bath over there on the side, and in the front you have quite a few windows that let in natural lighting from the south. I try to talk as I point to things. These are real hardwood floors, all refinished, extremely level and in good condition. The owners did a great job restoring a lot of the original features to this home. You have a little bump out there. It's about 3 feet by 7 feet-ish. You can look at the floor plan for closer details. You'll notice in the ceiling that is drywall with LED lighting, 2 ceiling fans. There's original molding, all in great condition. You'll find that all throughout the entire unit. The sconces were restored. I'm not sure if they're original or if they were replaced, but they all work. You'll notice there's several of them in this particular room. Huge dining space. It's a very large dining room table. And that fireplace, it should be working. The current owners have put plexiglass over it as a baby caution, but there's a key there. And then it's not a traditional push start one. You'd have to actually get a lighter or a match, and you'd have to turn the gas on slowly. You can see the little lighter there. You would put it in there, turn the gas on slowly while the lighter's on, and it would automatically light. So now we're walking over into the half bath. Really great condition here. I do turn on the lighting because it is a little bit dark in there. You'll notice there's a slight bump up, but it's not a difference in level of floor. It's just a threshold to sort of even it out. So it's a slight little bump there, but nothing too terrible. I'm looking in the vanity just to show you that all the drawers are functional, that there's no issues underneath the sink, and I do test the water pressure in all the bathrooms just so you can see that it is working fine. That is not a vanity, it is just a mirror. The toilet has a vent right next to it, so this is a dual zone heated unit. I do flush the toilet just so you can see that it actually works. You have numerous outlets in here. That is a film over that window. It is not a true frosted glass window, it's just a film. The bathroom light is on a slider, and you have more space back here in this little corner. The ceiling height in here is about 7.5 feet, so it is a little bit shorter than the living space. The living space ceiling height is somewhere around 11 feet. That door over there leads to the basement. We will go down there at some point. Just kind of giving you a general view of the living space, which is very large up front. That side goes over to the living room, and this side goes over to the kitchen. Both are open to each other, so it's more like a single family home. The tenant said they were willing to leave that black armoire thing in the kitchen if wanted. We can talk more about that later. You do have a dishwasher. There is no garbage disposal in this thing. These cabinets are all original, solid wood, really great condition. A lot of people want to update cabinets, but once you see them, they're just in phenomenal condition. The current tenant has child-proofing on stuff. Until that's removed, I wasn't able to get in those lower cabinets. But I'm going to go through here and show you each of the original cabinets and sort of what's in them. They have a high gloss lacquer on them. But overall, fairly decent cabinetry space up in here. More cabinets. That is an undermount AM/FM CD radio. Those used to be popular back in the 90s and early 2000s. They don't really do them anymore. You have a wide backsplash. I don't think that particular sticker thing comes with it, but I'm also pointing out right now outlets. So there are numerous outlets, 3 of them across the back there and 1 outlet back here. This is the back of the unit. It faces north. And then we're going to go outside to the backyard. You do have half of the deck in back, so you can see the little French bistro table. That gate is where they separate the other unit from this unit. The other unit is the owner's unit, if I haven't mentioned it before. You do have your own semi-private yard. The current owners have a fence that was put up for their dog that had high anxiety. Ultimately, that fence will come down, and the whole yard will be sort of one. This is the owner's area technically, but they do allow the tenants to use it so they can sit out there, have a fire pit. All this parking is the owner's. So you have a garage with 2 spaces. They have one can go with this unit, and then they have 3 exterior spaces that can be additionally rented if necessary. Currently, they're rented out to somebody else. I do look up there just to show you there's about a 2-3 foot overhang, so if it's raining outside, you don't get terribly wet. All the flooring in the back is LVP. This is a laminate vinyl plank. It's a wood. It looks really natural and really good. The current tenants do have a coat rack sort of thing here that they use. Obviously, people are typically coming in from the rear of the unit to enter, and that's where they're going to dump their shoes. That particular shelf that I pointed at was not part of the unit. I believe that is the tenant's, but the microwave is. So that microwave stays there. You could put another shelf underneath there if you wanted to. Those countertops on the left-hand side are granite, and that is a freestanding island. I don't know if that's the tenant's or not. I believe that stays. The refrigerator stays. It does have water, ice maker. And then I go in here to show you, it's a fairly large refrigerator, a couple drawers in there, and then you have a pull-out freezer that has 2 levels to it, 1, 2, and then I'll struggle for a minute because I couldn't figure out that the ice cream fell down, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't closing. So here we go, struggle, 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 why isn't it closing? It was the ice cream. Flip it up and it closes. All right, so now we're gonna go into the living room, right? So this is probably where you're gonna spend most of your time informally. Fairly large space. You're facing north and west, so you're not going to get a ton of direct light back here. You're going to get a lot of ambient light. It's very well lit because you have a lot of windows. You also have a lot of outlets. When they went through and redid this, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think 4 on the other side total. So a lot of outlets in the unit. I try to point them out everywhere I go. There we go, right? There we go. And then the shelf stays. It's sort of a fireplace shelf, but the fireplace itself does not actually work. It is closed off. That is an insert, and I believe it is electric. So it could be plugged in if you wanted to use it for additional heating source. Here is your access to the furnace there. And then we're going to go back and just take a quick look through just so you can see what the front of the unit would look like. I point out that there's a ton of LED lighting that was added, flush mount to the ceiling. All that ceiling was replaced with drywall, so it is flat. And by flat, I mean there's no texture to it. You'll notice that in several places I will point out textured ceilings. Important to note that that does not work. That's an old school AM/FM radio. That the other one up above it is the tenants. I'm pointing out just that there's a threshold there. It's just covering up the gap between the floors. So very normal. We're gonna go upstairs at this point, all real hardwood. The carpeting does not stay, I don't think. That the current tenants put that down. I'm not sure if they're leaving it or not, but you could always put another similar item down. Right now, notice there's no lights on in the house. So this is all natural lighting at probably, 6 o'clock on Wednesday. So this is how it would look normally walking through, not touching any lighting. We have 3 bedrooms upstairs, 1 full bathroom, and then this closet here is your HVAC unit. So that is the smallest bedroom. Then the next to it is the medium-sized bedroom, and then you have the primary with 2 closets. One of them is a walk-in, and then the bathroom. The owners had this bathroom completely refinished, and they did a great job keeping it with the theme of the house. The tile work is fairly amazing. They have great little bump outs, a lot of little details to help it feel like it's the same as the rest of the house with all their details. All the drawers work. That was the coolest drawer I've ever seen. That's pretty awesome. Top drawer does not work. That's normal. I struggle a little bit because child safety lock things, I don't know, something I can't figure them out. I must be a child. So a lot of space down there, no leaks. Let's put this guy back. Fortunately, I figured that out easier. The vanity water pressure is not bad. The hot water is a little slow up here. I'm going to talk to the owners about that, but ultimately it's not that bad. This is a true vanity. So you have those little swing outs on the left side, on the right side, so you can put stuff back there, and then you have a makeup mirror. I believe that stays with the unit. It's physically attached. The tub is great, but it's just a tub right there. So it's more just for soaking and bathing. And then you have the shower next to it. Across from the shower, you have really cool towel racks. Those are amazing. The details like really go with the rest of the house. And there's a fan back there inside of the shower just to help mitigate any steam. We're going to go across into the primary now. Oh, turn off the lights, Walker. There you go. Going into the primary, I can't find the light switch here, so we're going to just do it with natural lighting. Ultimately, we're again facing north and west. You can see there's a textured ceiling to it. It's fairly nice. But because we're facing north and west, you're not getting a ton of direct light into the unit. It'll be great if you like blackout units, right? If you need a lot of darkness to sleep, this is fairly easy. This is one closet. It's not technically a walk-in, but you can walk into it. It's very deep, 4.5 feet, maybe almost 5 feet deep by almost 6 or 7 feet wide. I'm gonna struggle finding the light here, getting that thing to turn on for a minute, but once I do, we're gonna give you a better idea of all the shelving and the rods that go across. All the shelving is solid wood. None of this stuff is particle board. It's all solid wood. All the dowel rods going across are solid wood. We're going to walk across now to the walk-in closet. This thing is huge. You have numerous dressers in here, an entire wall, almost 8 feet of shelving and dowel rods, and then you have acoustic tile on the ceiling. A good amount of outlets in this bedroom as well. The owners did a great job making sure that there's plenty of outlets in here. You'll notice there's a little thermostat right there on the wall. That thermostat controls electric baseboards that are under some of the windows. These are all upstairs, so it's additional supportive heating. No one really uses it anymore now that they're dual zoned. You have 2 furnaces and you have 2 air conditioning units. Here's the furnace that services the upstairs. So most people, it's more than sufficient just using the furnace. But if for some reason you didn't want to, you could use that. You have additional storage across from there. Really, you shouldn't have anything in front of that furnace, but you can put stuff on the shelves. We're going to walk out the stairs that are right there. That is the 3rd floor. There is a 3rd floor above this. However, it is completely empty and is not accessible. The owners will have that locked off. No one lives up there. The only people who can access it is through the owner's unit in their attic, but there's nothing up there. It's really to the bones, no drywall. It's all just empty. I pointed out the plaster walls there. This is the smallest of the 3 bedrooms. We're currently facing south, and on the east side, that wallpaper is a temporary stick wallpaper, so it could be removed if you don't like it. And then I'm pointing out more additional details with the wooden rails. There are closet doors to this. The owner said they would put them back on if necessary. If not, we don't need to do that. But again, large size closet. You don't really find large closets like this in most older, 1800 properties, late 1800, early 1900. I am also pointing out how quiet it is in this room. I know you can't hear it, and it's kind of unfortunate, but you are on Ridge, and it is extremely quiet. Enough so that they're able to put their baby up front and not have any issues, which is fantastic. So this is the 2nd bedroom. It is the 2nd largest bedroom. You notice that it is, like I said, 6 o'clock. The sun is shining down on this unit, and they have blackout drapes in there, which is understandable, especially if you have a baby, which it looks like they're using that for. Sconces all work. Tall ceilings. That AM/FM radio does not work, but that is the electric baseboard for under the windows, should you choose to use them. Again, no one's really used them in a while. Electric baseboards can be kind of pricey, so people tend to opt for using the furnace because gas is a little more reasonable. I love the sconces in here. They're pretty great. Ceiling fan. There's your HVAC where the heat and air conditioning come out. That does not work. That's your old intercom system. And then you have another closet, equal size as the other one. I actually never looked in here, and I just saw it today for the first time. It's huge. Much larger than I thought. I'm going to struggle finding the light. There we go. And again, all solid wood. Solid wood shelving, solid wood dowel rods. Overall, really nice. About 4.5 feet by, I'd say, 7-ish feet. Great size. Not technically a walk-in, but it feels like a walk-in when you open it. Those are mirrored doors there, obviously. And then we're going to move onward and take a look at... Wait, where are we going to go now? Oh, we're gonna go downstairs to the basement. So you'll notice the walls up here are plaster. They have a really nice texture to them. A lot of the ceilings have texture to them. As I go down, I'm going to point out how bright it is in here. This again at 6 o'clock on a Wednesday or Thursday, excuse me. Extremely bright. These are original doors. They do not make them this thick. They are solid core, original leaded glass. Amazing, beautiful doors. Great. It's such a wonderful feature. We're going to go into the basement now. I struggle a little bit because there's a child safety lock. There are child safety pieces all over this property. Most of them will be removed. There's nothing really in the basement other than your laundry and your storage. So you're only going to be accessing this to go to do your laundry. It's shared. All right, I'm going to point out that there's not supposed to be any stuff here. This is not a storage area. It is not. It's just not properly done. You want to put some bikes here, that's fine, but really you shouldn't be storing stuff here. It's not. It could get moisture or damp, or it's an 120-year-old basement. So I'm gonna look for the lighting. Here's the shared laundry. You have a newer dryer and a slightly older washer, but they like the agitator that comes with that. That's the owner's door. So the owner's basement, they'll come through, they'll do their laundry here as well. So you're only sharing it with them. And then this is your private storage space. Absolutely huge. If you're a Costco lover, you can fill this thing. Or if you even do canning, I could see my mom actually putting a whole bunch of canning jars in there. That's about it. So now we're going to take a quick, just one-time run through the unit, just in case you missed anything. Let's see if I can point out anything else. Oh, I forgot to put that child safety lock back on. Oh, I did do it. Okay, good. You'll notice there's some 3 lights above the countertops there that are in the ceiling. Those are LED flush mount. I think I'm going to walk outside at this point, and we're going to talk a little bit about the outside. I think I'm talking about how level the floors are here. In older buildings, you have some sloping. I would expect to see sloping in most buildings that are over 100 years old. These guys went through and they shored everything up. So all that flooring is flat and flush. There are no squeaks, no creaks. It is really solid. It's really nice. I'm pointing out here that that's drywall over the living room. When they put the LED lighting in, they weren't able to save some of the textured. So some of it is flat drywall. So we're leaving the unit right now. I'm buttoning everything up, grabbing my shoes, and we're heading back out onto Ridge. Remember, this faces south. The owners did put in all new grass, so they're responsible for maintaining that. The east, west. And while Ridge is a busier street, especially during rush hour, traffic doesn't move all that fast. So you don't have cars flying by at 50 miles an hour. There is a 20-mile-an-hour school zone over there. So for the most part, cars are not flying by, at a rapid clip, causing any issues. So there's the 2 units. One half is yours, the other half is the owner's, and then on the 3rd floor is all the owners. Right now, it's all empty. They're considering using it as an artist's loft for themselves. Nice sidewalk. I'm pointing down there, which is towards the lake. That's where your Bryn Mawr, I think Bryn Mawr stop is, or Berwyn stop. I can't remember which one, but I think it's Bryn Mawr. That's about 2-ish blocks away, and then that way will take you over to Ashland/Clark, which is your gateway to Andersonville. Super easy to walk. This is a great location. If you have to get on the highway, you can get up Ridge, go down Peterson, and go out that way. Other than that, let me know if you have any questions.